What is going on, people from the YouTube? Welcome back to another Pancho Things, dog hunting for beginners by a beginner. Today I'm going to be bringing 5 tips of what to do and the reasons why. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Whenever you're moving from your blind or your sitting position where you're going to be shooting in front of your decoys, whatever you're doing, you got to rearrange your decoys, you got to move stuff to the levee, you got to go and find something that you forgot. Always bring your shotgun with you. Countless times I put my shotgun in a different position or I left it behind and randomly birds start popping up and you miss the opportunity to take those birds down because your shotgun is not with you at all times. Always, whenever moving from one area to another one for whatever reason, always keep your shotgun unless you need both hands and it's imperative for you to use both hands. Always keep your shotgun with you at all times. Birds will pop up in the runtime and that's the only way that you're going to be able to take them. Tip number 2. Regardless of the area that you're hunting, sometimes the weather might change, and once it gets a little bit on the warmer side, having a thermocell is imperative. But if there's moments where you're not going to be able to have your thermocell, like when you're moving from your car to whatever spot area you're going to be hunting, so it is imperative and really important to have a can of bug spray. The importance of the can of bug spray is that you need to move, you can spray yourself, put it back in your blind bag, and move along. Countless times, walking from my car to my hunting area, I get completely destroyed by mosquitoes. By the time that I get to the hunting area, I'm completely beat up. Having no hair doesn't help. So always remember, if you're in an area where there is a high chance that the mosquitoes are going to be after you, have a can of bug spray. That will help you tons. Tip number 3. Always remember and know the regulations of the areas that you're hunting. If you're hunting in a refuge and they have assigned blinds for you, always know the regulations. If you don't know the regulations, feel free to ask anybody that is working on the entrance and they will be able to assist you with those regulations. Sometimes they have little papers that state all the regulations and you can follow those, and that will help you to have a better hunting for yourself, avoid any legal issues, and avoid ruining hunting for somebody else. What am I talking about? Sometimes in the areas that I hunt, you can be set up to 50 yards away from where your stake is round-wise. If you extend yourself from those 50 yards, the chances that you might be shooting in front or way too close to somebody else are really high. And I've heard recently of cases and areas where somebody unfortunately got peppered. They didn't suffer any body injuries, but they got peppered with a shot because the group that was hunting behind them moved way too far from where they're supposed to be shooting. They didn't know that these other hunters were on the other side, and unfortunately that resulted on those people getting peppered by these other people that or either didn't know the regulation or decided to bypass it. So always be aware of the regulations where you're hunting. Another regulation that we have for a hunt is 25 shells on you at all times. And that is, I know a lot of people that have gotten tickets because of that. They don't think that wildlife management or somebody will show up and just a game warden show up. They get caught with more shells than they're supposed to be having. They get a ticket, they get a citation, and their hunt, whatever time of the day that the hunt happened, is over. Tip number 4. Always remember, if you're hunting with somebody that have a dog or you have a dog, always remember, dogs can sometimes break, dogs can get in the middle in between you and the shot. So always, every time that you hear the name of the dog or the dog moving, or you can simply not see where the dog is, always keep the muzzle of your shotgun pointing on a safe direction and have the safety engaged on your shotgun. Super imperative. Sometimes things happen, dog gets in the middle of things, and there you go. You find yourself in a pickle. If you have your gun pointing on the safe direction and it's on safety, the chances of something bad happening are really low. Safety is always key. Tip number 5. This one goes tied to knowing the regulations of the area. If you sit in a spot and you hear other hunters, do your best to find out exactly where those hunters are. As other type of hunting in public land, we don't use blazing orange for a reason. It's a key for the dogs to flare. So since we're going to be using decoys, we're going to be setting up blinds. Sometimes it's really difficult to tell where the other party is located. Knowing that, if you know or you hear voices of other people setting up in another area, do your best to stand up, look around, and make sure that you know exactly where they're sitting. You don't know if you're sitting way too close or way too far. And it's important. During the setting up time, oftentimes it's extremely dark. Distances can be a little bit difficult to gauge. But if you do your best to know or stand up when you hear these people talking, setting up their gear and all that beautiful stuff, you more likely are going to be able to see a headlamp. You're going to be able to see where they're sitting. If you cannot see that, it's not uncommon for you to, hey, where y'all at? Hey, show me where you guys are going to be sitting. In that way, you can be safe, or you can make the right decisions on when to shoot a bear and what direction not to shoot a bear, to not overextend the reach of your shotgun by placing a shot straight on the direction where the other hunters are. That is always important. Once again, gun safety is extremely important when it comes to any form of hunting, including waterfowl. I hope these videos help you getting some information if you're getting your feet into waterfowl hunting, of the things that you should be aware. It's not only get to the spot, set up decoys and start shooting. There is a little bit more than that in order to make sure that you can guarantee the safety of yourself, somebody else, and enjoy a beautiful hunt. If you guys have any questions or any ideas for any common videos on topics that you guys want me to talk about, please comment down below and I'll be more than happy to touch on those and elaborate and see what kind of information can we convey to all of you. And if y'all don't know it, we can all learn together. Thank you so very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Pancho out.